Love it. Love it. Gets the heart pumping. It's a start, right? Good job. Anybody else? There.
Same thing. I've been forcing myself to get up in the morning and walk.
Awesome.
It's been great.
Awesome. It's a little easier when it's
I don't love
not
it when
negative
my alarm
10
goes
or.
off, but I love it by the time I'm out walking.
You said what?
I said I don't love it when my alarm goes off,
Oh, yes.
but I like after I walk.
There you go.
We've been doing that too.
Walking.
He, when he leaves bed in the morning, he flips the light on, and that's my cue. We're walking that day.
That's great. That's your clue.
And I've been trying them, I don't know if anybody listens to Mel Robbins ever, but she
Yes.
does the 5 seconds, so I've been doing the countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then she also recommended leaving your shoes like at your bed, so you literally have to trip over them. So it's harder to not take that action, because then I would have to trip over my shoes and my sweats that I throw on quick to go, so.
Love it.
Huh?
You trip anyways? Mary just trip anyways. Good job. And we talked about it before. If you don't have your health, you've got nothing else, right? So I'm super proud of you. It's interesting that all 3 of those were health related, right? Because when we're healthier, we'll perform better in our work. We'll be better spouses or significant others or moms or dads or friends or whatever, right? Like, so good job on the health stuff. Okay, anything else before we dive into today's topic? And anything that is urgent or pressing, again, I've always said this is your mastermind. You're the top agents in the market center, top 20%. And so I want it to be about your topic. I did prepare, a few things for you in the email for systems. I thought we could just talk about that, but is there anything before that you all want to talk about?
Oh, just as you're saying that question, it just came to mind. I'm curious what everyone who participated in the call day yesterday, what your thoughts were, or
Yes.
your results,
Yes.
or anything like that.
Love it. Let's hear it.
I thought it was awesome.
Me
I had
too.
probably
So
like
fun.
25 people call and really good conversations. I think I was like $1,000 really gets people's attention.
Yeah.
So I would totally do that again.
Love it. So each person that's going to report out or share a win here, tell us like any referrals that you got, appointment set, or case guard, because I think we got 22 referrals for people that want to get into real estate. So you're also growing your wealth by, getting that. So any wins there for either one of you?
The people who were interested in real estate were the people that called in.
Oh, interesting.
And I would have to look back and see how many.
Sure.
It was probably like 5 of them.
Wow.
Were interested, yeah.
Love it.
And then in terms of leads, I would say 6 or so.
6?
I know.
Okay.
I'm
That's
trying-
great.
I'm trying to remember for sure. I have to go back and look.
That's so great, Megan.
Yeah.
Great. Kelly?
I only had one that said, oh, here's my brother's name and here's his number, that gave me that. But a lot of people talked about, oh, I do know this person, whatever else, So then what I did is that I kind of coached them a little bit to, hey, if you and they are comfortable with it, and maybe I shouldn't have even kind of prefaced it that way, but just will you send a group text and introduce us?
Yeah.
Because I kind of explained to them that, if you give my name and number, I really appreciate it, and that's great. But the chances of them calling me can be pretty slim, but if I have their contact information, I will call them,
Maybe being just a little more assertive to say, hey, please
Right.
do me a favor after we hang up, please send a group text. It's just an easier introduction for me and I'll be sure to follow up
And
with
even
them.
aside from any leads and things like that, or, case score people or whatever, every person I talked to, and I think I probably talked to between 40 and 50 people. I now have every single one of them, their address, their phone number, and their best email
So you
address.
also grew your database. Love it. Who else? Krista?
I had a blast. I had, in fact, not only did I have somebody call that I haven't talked to in quite a while, they were past clients twice of mine, but from them, I picked up a lot of interesting things. I set 3 listing appointments, but I also picked up.
Don't breeze past that. Come on, that's amazing.
And
I said
have-
3 listing
And I
appointments.
have 2 leads of their children ready to buy.
Love it.
And I have 3 of the that had children that I had invited to the KW Kids program that Gary's putting on June 9th. And 2 of them have already signed up.
So, the KW Kids can, if, it's one of my favorite courses, inside KW, it's called Quantum Leap, and Gary is doing a live session in Austin for kids between the ages of 18 and 26.
28, I think.
28, okay, 18 to
I
28.
need a 40-year-old.
And I think it's $500 or something like that. You should get your kids there. You absolutely should get your kids there. Like,
And
you
if
can
not,
fly down with them
And if
and,
it's not, it's $49 for a virtual one day.
oh yeah, then you could do virtual. I would go in person and I would get your kids there, like,
I want them to do it for a
Hands down.
40-year-old kid.
yeah, right. But we all do. Well, 44, but you know, who's counting? Okay, good. Who else? I'm looking at you, Candace. You did it, didn't you?
I did do it.
Okay.
Um,
You have any?
I did it, but I didn't do it.
Okay,
I didn't market it probably the way I should.
okay,
I did get like 5 calls.
Okay.
So none of them were looking, a couple of past clients.
Yeah.
So,
that's okay. You still got it registered and it's still a good touch.
yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, Mo.
Oh, sorry, I
No,
have to
please.
speak on behalf of Corn.
Yes.
Shane. He said he had about 20 people he talked to, 3 leads, and we had 2 people that wanted more information
Love
about
it.
the course.
Love it. Great job. Since it was our first time, we ripped off and duplicated it from Danielle's Market Center. How do we make it better? What do we need to do different, better, marketing wise, marketing kit, spreadsheet? We already found some changes we're gonna make with the spreadsheet.
Well, for the non-techie person, I couldn't get the download to work on figuring out how to do the Facebook thing, so I just made my own up and with the same information. But I didn't, I could make it myself better because I didn't do enough the days ahead of time.
Sure.
I had done an email last week, and then I didn't get the Facebook thing on until yesterday morning, so I didn't get as many Facebook ones as I probably.
So what about once we know who's participating, if we actually send you a calendar invite reminder every day that you're supposed to post something?
That'd be great. Well, they kind of did. They had that.
They had the whole map, kind of a mapping type things, but
Yeah.
I do think it would be nice just to have kind of a reminder, this is what you're doing today.
Yeah. What else? What do we need to do better?
How is the winner picking up the money?
We have to call.
Kelsey's gonna do, put all the names into the spinny wheel thing, the app, or whatever it's called. I can't see you, sorry. And, we're gonna do a video of that. She's gonna turn it into a promo thing, and then we'll figure out whose agent is attached to it. And yeah, people can share it. But if it's someone in this room's, client, you can be here with them and Kelsey can get video or picture of that too.
I was just curious, Krista, did you or were you aware that in the very first email went out, we sent out a video on how to post it on Facebook?
I did, I watched that. I still have, I'm just,
Oh, that's fine,
I
I'm
just am not good at
just
that.
figuring out how do we do
Yeah.
it better.
Yeah.
I'll just keep doing that.
Maybe you and I can sit down and talk about that a little bit.
One of our agents had commented that the last one, when he went to, open it up, he needed to have, Canva, Premiere, or whatever. Like, I have it, so I didn't find that problem, because we do have Canva, but he had commented later to Leanne, and he's like, well, I just had to recreate my own, because I don't pay for Canva, so I wasn't able to, it had Canva across it,
Yeah,
so he wasn't able to
Just a
change
share
that last
setting or
one.
something that was off.
it
Well,
was
you had to
it
have
was a
Premiere.
link to
We had to have
Canva.
Premiere.
Say it again.
It's a link to Canva, so if
Yeah.
you don't have Canva, maybe next time have multiple forms.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. First time, I think we know what we can do better already. We wanted your feedback, so, even if, Kelsey sends you an email, maybe just so we have all the feedback in one spot, just give her the feedback.
How many agents participate?
21.
May I ask, just for my own curiosity, would anyone have found value of having some sort of get together, the call day in here, like to razz one another up, or is that distracting because you're on the phone so much?
We had talked about if we had a certain number of people that we would do that, because, obviously we're doing it for you. Yes, we charged you, so we had one extra person participate. If we would have had a few more participate, we would have done breakfast, we would have done lunch, we would have done all day, right? Cocktails in the afternoon, but not wanting to take expense from the market center for that. So if we get 25 or 30 people to participate, all those funds will go into, the day, right?
I'm just more so curious.
Well, I
Did you
needed
like
my
doing it?
computer though.
Yeah, did you like doing it solo, or would you have preferred the camaraderie? And I'm just curious.
Or maybe part of the day.
Or just,
maybe
yeah,
solo.
or maybe take a break time or something.
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. I feel like, I think I talk loud when I'm on the phone, so like if I was on the phone.
Yeah, I know, I could hear you off the sound.
And,
You're definitely not as loud as Zach or Andy on their.
Well,
text,
that
you
could
know?
be.
Yeah.
But I feel like I am loud on the phone, and so like if Tony had a phone call that she was on, she'd get up and leave the room. So I
Yeah.
feel, you know, and maybe this bigger room would be different, but
Maybe just a combo, you know, even
Yeah,
for a couple
I-
hours
yeah.
with lunch and
I just know there was one
share
agent who
wins and
came,
stuff.
physically sat in here and was like, where are all the people?
Got it, okay.
But
Well, I
I would
was
have been
not-
distracted, you know,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
left
think
at
I would have.
6:15 and the
been
lights
able to.
were off and I was wondering where all the people were.
I was at my desk at 6:15 last night. I'm like, who just shut off the lights? I hate walking out of this place in the dark.
Okay, great. Anything else for feedback? Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Okay, so let's dive into today. So for those of you that didn't read the email, no problem. I printed it out myself so I could just remind myself of just topics for today. So where do you need to simplify, delegate, predict, systematize, and or add more structure into your life or business? So I wanted you to kind of just prepare some thoughts ahead of time and bring with you one system that you have running at a really high level, personally or professionally, that you'd be willing to share with a Gary Keller Top 100 agent. I almost said, if Gary Keller were to call you, what system would you share? And I'm like, people are gonna pick it apart. No, we're not doing that. So just a Gary Keller Top 100 agent, meaning that you're super proud of it and you'd be willing to share it. And then one area that you need help with or know you need to change, implement, or systematize. I figured those of you that have strong systems, maybe those of you that have the weak area, you're gonna learn, you know, from each other. So who wants to start? This is your time to brag.
I'll start.
Michelle.
One thing that we're really proud of is our 36 Touch program
Okay.
that we have systematized for my team. And I feel like we do a really great job of constantly touching our clients, and we do have a high amount of our business comes from past clients or Sphere because of the 36 Touch.
Okay, give us a brief overview of what it looks like.
So we have things of value. So we've got our, per year, we have our calendar, and we have a sports
December, like
calendar.
a yearly calendar that goes out for the.
January, December is for the yearly calendar. And then in the early first quarter is our, is twin schedules. Then we have football schedules. We have our pie giveaway. We have another client event. We have, then we have our monthly Sensations recipe cards that go out to them. And then we have a quarterly just sold card that goes out to them.
And let's be clear on the word that she just said. Sensations.com. Don't type in sensations. You will not want to go to that website.
Yes.
This happened a couple years ago, so
Oh my
let's be
goodness.
clear.
Wow.
So recipe card. So
Yep.
is that a system?
It is.
How so?
We put in our people and.
You don't have to think about
They
it.
don't have to think about it.
Beautiful. Okay, so you have a monthly postcard. You have a monthly email.
Monthly newsletter
So
email.
somebody do the math. How many is that? 24.
Yep.
For 3 client events, I heard.
3 client events.
27.
And then we have
4 items of value.
4 items of value.
31.
And then we have our, what is the other one? Things.
Well, you probably have
I
all your
just had-
touches for the events.
Yes, we all the touches.
So you have more than
Correct.
30, you have
Right.
more than, you
Right.
have more than
Several
33.
touches.
Yeah,
Correct.
more than 33.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, great job. Anybody else, were they gonna talk about their 33 touch?
I do those, I probably do a little bit more, I have the monthly postcard. I do probably a little bit more, I'm still the old school, pick up the phone.
There's
and make the
nothing wrong
calls.
with that.
And I,
But what's
but
your, do you have a system for that?
I do, and it's a little bit, I like to exaggerate maybe the holidays, like, okay, so for May here, I made a bunch of calls on May Day. I make a bunch of calls for Mother's Day. I make a bunch of calls for Memorial Day. And, you know, next month there'll be Flag Day, and, you know,
Yeah.
and so every month has stuff to kind of work off of.
Yeah.
And especially, picking some of those little different ones and that kind of thing. And so, I always said my favorite was Veterans Day because I've had veterans call crying, thanking me for a card. Because I usually always send all my veterans a card and a coffee card and that kind of thing. And it just, so I pick some of the things that aren't your typical holidays.
Yep.
And I kind of just, I play with them and I have fun with them and it just, but I too, I probably have more than 36 too and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If I had a team, I would love to do events again, but I can't do it on my own right now. So, I do a little bit of.
Good, okay, anybody else wanna touch on 36 touch? Sarah?
Oh, I was gonna touch on 36.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's part of that.
Yeah.
This year, so far, we've done 2 kind of seminars. We did a seller seminar, I think that was in March, and we just recently, Saturday, did a buyer seminar. And we had 12 people at the seller seminar and 15 at our buyer.
It looked like you had more than that, I thought you had 20, because I peeked in.
We
Saturday.
had
Great job.
17 people registered. We also had our speakers and everything here, so that.
Yeah.
But we had 15 of those 17 show up on Saturday for coffee and donuts.
So is it a system?
So the system was, we did a Facebook ad and we did get a couple from the Facebook ad, but we also, each agent on the team identified 15 to 20 people in our spheres that might be buying in the near future and reached out and personally invited them and followed up with them. And so we did get 4 new leads that we didn't know before. And then the rest were people that now are a little bit further along in the buying process.
Great job. Great job.
I'll second the vote on sensations. My 36 touch is a long ways from where I want it to be, but I've used them for longer than I've been at Keller.
Awesome.
I go to church, people, oh, we love your recipe card. Love your recipes.
Awesome, good job. Okay, anything else on 36 touch or seminars? Any questions for Sarah or Michelle on either one of those before we move on?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
As a single agent, if you were just an individual agent doing all of this on your own, how do you do the 36 touch effectively when you're just an individual agent?
Sensations.
I can speak to that, and I'm happy to lay out a model, and I want to hear from you guys. And I also can speak up.
Monthly postcards for sure. If you can figure out a monthly email that is, I don't know, we used to have E-Edge that just sent them out. Does Command have that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you're adding in, maybe an event or Twins calendar, Vikings calendar, we do that too. So you just can add in, but you want to systematize the vast majority of that. Otherwise, it's not.
So it's turnkey, so you can like, let it go, release it into the world, and it's just going and running.
And then you've got a few touches, a quarterly call or birthday cards or something that you're doing where it does take a little bit of effort, but you're not having to manage 36 touches for your entire database every year.
I think it's helpful for people who are just by themselves. I think it's overwhelming when you have all these things and you're like, how do I?
If you're looking for 12 emails, I can write you 12 emails, I'm not joking, in a minute and a half.
Review
Or less.
technology.
Chat
GPT. Content is not an issue if you use ChatGPT. If you want to understand ChatGPT, make an appointment with me, and we will have 12 emails for you, and I promise this, in like 5 minutes.
Or you can hire Kelsey for $40 and she will send an e-newsletter every month for you. Maybe it's $49. $50.
So that's one of those things, and once you just understand what you want to do with the thing, I mean, we don't even have a monthly neighborhood nurture up there,
Yeah, right.
which is one of the other top entry pieces. And if you do, to that point, 12 postcards, 12 emails, and.
You were already at
neighborhood nurture,
33 here.
yeah, you've got more than covered.
Yeah. So it's just a system of, again, if you hire Kelsey for the e-newsletter, she'll have your MailChimp login and she'll create it and it will go out and you just don't even think about it. Well, there's 12. Your postcards, we were talking to, who was I talking to about? Oh, I was telling Mary and Tricia in a coaching session this morning. Elizabeth, on the 15th of every month, orders our postcards. The whole thing is loaded, they're agent branded, specific on the team. So every time you sell a house, you add those people into the different systems, right? Command or the postcard system or whatever. And you just know on the 15th of every month, you order the postcard. You just log in and you just change the message and the mailing system's already in there and then they mail it for you, right? So just getting purposeful with the time blocks of making sure that the systems will go out. I mean, the neighborhood nurtures just go out.
They go up, yeah, that's easy.
And then when you have a closing, you add them to the neighborhood nurture, right? Like, so
Yeah.
a post-closed system of where you need to add them in, right?
And I really like it
Checklist.
if we use command, because then you can put a reminder in there, like the steps kind of go
Exactly.
on, so you can add that reminder and click it, check.
Yes.
I did it. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
So who else has something to add on the 36 touch for Mo's question? Jessica?
I was gonna say so the post, or the calendar, the Vikings, the Twins, and the actual calendar for the year, if you can, if you use Sensations, you can take that mailing list and then put it in with those 3 calendars. And for not that much more, they will just mail them out from their location. So you're never having to deal with this giant box coming, and then you gotta put your business card on, and then you gotta get it out, like, they just send it. So that's a
The
huge
only
leverage
thing about that
piece.
is you have to have 200 minimum.
Oh, it's 200 minutes, thank you.
You know 200 people, Mo.
Oh, yeah, we have to.
That's
Call
no
there
problem,
and
but
ask
you
for
do have
Dave.
to, because like we have our specific agents and we have some that don't have enough.
If you don't have enough in your database, just use your neighborhood.
Right, right.
And then you can take them off if you
Add
want
your
to later.
farming, add your farm.
And that
Yep.
200 they're referring to is for Sensations.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, what else? Anything else on 36 touch? We're good?
I do birthday cards.
Birthday cards?
And home anniversary cards. The leverage piece for that is AM cards.
Great minds think alike, those are right.
Yeah, it's amazing, and, you know, they talked about it at Bold, but you can set it up May 1st, or well, April 25th, to go all of May, you're done, right? And it took you like 10 minutes to put it all together.
Yep.
And then people will say to you, don't forget, like, they'll be like, thanks for the birthday card, and you're
And
like,
your closer, I believe, can get you the birthdays. You're also, for those of you that have admins in the room, go get them off Facebook. Most people have their birthdays on there, right? We all get junk mail at home, right? So then you can actually get a birthday card from someone, you're like, hey,
That feels good, yeah.
actually, speaking of, thank you, Jessica. I got an AM card from you.
yeah, you did.
I forgot to tell you thank you.
I
So-
did too, thank you.
So, you're welcome. So the thing with that is if you're on Facebook and it doesn't have the birthday, go into the search for that single individual and say birthday, and it'll show when people have wished them a happy birthday.
Oh, there you go.
So there's really no way that you'll have no one's birthday.
Oh, there you go. Steve?
Kind of along the lines of a neighborhood nurture, in the MLS, you can put people in there to email them once a month, midnight, the first, I believe, what's going on in their neighborhood. So you just, a lot of people aren't aware of that. That'll happen out of it.
Sure. Probably easier in command.
Along with AM cards, we don't use it for like regular birthdays and anniversaries and stuff like that, so we don't use it a lot. But when someone sends us a referral, and I know you can't give people
Broker's not in the
anything,
room,
but
don't worry about it.
just I think Toddy writes, we appreciate you on the card. But we go into AM cards and we send them brownies.
Yep.
And again, just for anybody who doesn't know this, and you probably all do, we don't send it when the referral closes, we would send it, when they get it, whether
Yep.
anything happens.
Reward
or
the
not.
activity of getting a referral, right? So for any of you that got referrals yesterday, send them a freaking thank you today in the mail, thanking them for the referral. You're rewarding the activity and teaching them how to refer you future business.
I think we also use that for, like, if we see on Facebook that a past client has had a baby or something like that, I think we can send a gift card through AM cards. I'm not positive on that part,
Yeah.
but we'll send something like that too, if it's like a major.
Just anything, right? A death, a birth, wedding anniversary, I mean, Perfect. Anything else with that? Okay, next system. Who came here proud of something that they want to share that is a system that you would share with a mega agent in Gary Keller's top 100 group? Struck a chord? Come on, there's gotta be one more. No? Okay, how about you would just share with like a $40 million producer? Okay, how about like something that you put into place that you're still working through, you know it needs some tweaks, but you're proud of it for now? Jessica.
I'm proud that I get up at 6:30 every morning and listen to James Shaw Pivot Shift.
There you
Because
go.
there's days when I don't want to.
Yep.
And my daughter walks in today and she's like, why is your phone talking to you? And I'm like, I just have to listen to this, right? And she's like, are you on camera? I'm like, of course not. I'm not on camera. But the thing is just doing that every single day then helps the mindset for the entire day.
Yeah.
And it's non-negotiable. I've been on since he was here.
Yeah.
In January, every single day.
I love it. Good job. What else? Steve?
Not everybody would enjoy doing what I do, but the raw report.
Good. It helps us all. It helps us
Some
all.
We thank
Some
you.
people love it.
Yeah, for sure they do.
I have agents from other brokerages that talk to me about it and thank me because I'm at the same place as you, so.
They can be too.
It's a big deal.
I know what my top 20% item is, and I have time blocked every day, because it's in there every day at the same time, never fail to get it done.
Yeah.
And just having that system of knowing this is when I deal with that, this is when I talk with it, that it sets everything else up for success, because I'm always working on the most important thing every day, first thing.
Mhm. I think I know my topic for next month already. It was something that really struck a chord with one of my coaches shared with me on a coaching call today. And to piggyback off of that, there's something I'm not doing in business, and she's like, what's causing you not to do it? Which is calling independent brokers on a consistent basis. And there's just a lot of stuff going on, right? We're going through changes, we're implementing new things. I've got a lot to do, and I'm just not making it a priority, right? Like, I'm just not time blocking, I'm just not doing it. And she had just learned from an author of a book she's reading, I won't remember the name of the book, but she said to take whatever is like of utmost importance to you in business and personal, put it in your calendar, fiercely, what'd she say, what's that?
Fiercely guarded.
Something like that, but actually put the tiger emoji in there and literally make sure everybody around you knows that that's your fiercely protected time. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's just so great. And it doesn't even happen. It's like when we're coaching a brand new agent, right? Or someone that comes here from another company I've never heard of, lead generation, right? It's don't start with 3 hours because you're not gonna do it. How about we start with 30 minutes? So she's like, well, do you think you could do that 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time? And I'm like, well, yeah, of course. We can always find time for just 30 minutes. And then when I get that nailed, well, then it'll move to an hour, and then it'll move to every single day of the week, right? So fiercely protecting it, and I just wanted to piggyback off that. Sarah?
I have one more that I can share, but again, I don't know if it's a system, but we had a listing go live last Thursday. Kelly had 3 open houses that she was super excited to be able to do, and my sellers had said, don't worry, we're not accepting an offer until Sunday, we want to see what happens. Friday, they got an awesome offer they could not pass up, and they took it. So 2 of her 3 open houses were canceled. She went and door knocked that neighborhood and got 3 hot seller leads, phone numbers for people, yeah. So
Love it.
I'm proud of her for, she could have been all, woe is me, my open houses were canceled, and instead, I'm like, you got 3, 2 of them are pretty much listing appointments, she just needs to call and set a date.
Love it.
And that's better than an open house all day long, yeah.
And if you just don't have any active listings right now, talk to your friends around the office. They're getting, if you've got a couple withhelds coming and you just don't have anything active right now, yes, we all are getting multiple offers on our listings right now, so definitely just steal somebody else's and go door knock it, right? There's 9 people that wanna live in this neighborhood and, print out the paperwork and take it with you. Good, okay? Semi-proud.
Like 18-wheeler semi, or?
Okay, people, let's talk about what are the systems that we know that we need? Because this is just the whole rest of the year, right here. What are you gonna tell me? What are the systems that we, or an area that you need help with or know you need to change, implement, or systematize? Or structure?
I would say a better system for lead follow-up. Like, I have everything on a spreadsheet, and I know I should probably use command, but I don't.
Sorry, Jason.
I know.
Instead, you
I
can
know.
set it as a task, to follow up in a week, and then just make sure you're looking at your task list.
Okay, so
It's probably that simple.
it is that simple, but let me just ask you, you're probably not alone, right? You're not alone. Well, we know. I wasn't gonna call you out, but since you had to laugh like that, Mary, you just called yourself out. What stops you from just learning it?
I honestly don't know, I've just been using the same spreadsheet, and then I put like reminders in my calendar too. So it's just like spreadsheet for my calendar, and I don't know why I don't go to it, I don't have a good answer.
Okay, so, you two pull out your calendars right now, find a date, let's get it on the calendar.
I'll
And then
join you.
we're gonna keep talking.
I'll join you. I know how to do that.
Okay, we're gonna wait until they find a date actually, cause otherwise they're gonna just not schedule it. So,
It has to do with what she was saying.
okay, 1 second, yep, we can't have them distracted.
What about next week, Jason?
What's wrong with today or tomorrow or Friday?
They have to leave like right from here.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
I don't know what your schedule's like, you're probably full tomorrow already.
I'm gonna let them throw up.
Well, since I know that you're going to be at 6-person perspective, that I'm teaching on Wednesday from 12:30 to 1:30. And I know that I have a class at 2, how about 30 to 2?
On the 10th,
On the 10th.
that works.
Look at that,
Well-
accountability at its finest. Can you send her a calendar invite, cause maybe she'll forget to put it in her calendar. Which is why y'all got calendar invites for this, and every month moving forward, cause I'm like, I think they're forgetting. Jessica.
The big thing, Megan, if you're using opportunities, is you can put everybody in there, no matter what stage they're at. So all those people you had yesterday, you put them in there, and then what it does is it tells you probable and potential income. So you're always looking at that, and on that pivot shift call, somebody said, oh my gosh, my potential this month is, 70,000, or whatever it is, right? So then you're constantly seeing that, and then it's that carrot that's like, oh my God, I just need to do this, right? And they won't slip through the crack then.
What's next? There was like 4 hands that went up at the beginning, so a system that we know we need to implement or streamline or
Well, one that we
structure.
do, it's probably new, I mean, not something probably anyone else in the room does, but now that we have bought our own business and are more independent than what we were, we have to figure out a financial system. Like, we're still kind of tweaking that. As far as all the utilities, things getting paid, I mean, everything's getting paid, but just cash flow, and we have to develop a system for that.
So who is proud
Just
of
'cause
their
that's new for
their
us.
P&L and their system, who looks at their bank accounts, their credit card statements?
Is Tom here?
Tom, right,
We're planning a meeting on that, but class on that.
We look at it, don't think we like to see it, but we look.
I was waiting for you or Sarah to chime in, but she's busy right
I'm
now.
sorry. I look at it, I'm back.
So,
What was the question?
You're gonna not wanna go back.
financial
Financial.
system, like P&L, credit cards, budgets, like you're
Yeah.
pretty good at it.
I need to be better about reviewing the P&L more often.
Yeah.
But I definitely, I told you in coaching, like I stick my head in the sand when things are tighter, and when there's plenty, I'm like, oh, let's look at this again.
Let's go buy another property.
Exactly.
Or that's what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely have business completely separate from personal. That I've done from day one. I read that in MREA before I was even licensed, and I've never let those two get too tight.
It's just like anything else, you have to time block for it, right? And there might be some of you in the room that need an actual accountant to create a P&L for you. And if that's the case, we gotta start there. Tom Wright, we actually just talked about this in leadership meeting yesterday, is gonna be teaching a couple of classes along with Matt, running P&L classes and budgets and stuff like that. So since I don't know exactly where you are, what's the first step that you need to do to implement that? Is it a planning meeting with you, Mary and Leanne? Is it, just this morning, Jason and I logged on and looked at our credit card statement and just made sure that everything year to date, I do it every month, but he doesn't, and I'm like, I don't know what this charge is, so you gotta tell me. But literally now we have a calendar invite on the calendar for about 30 minutes every month to look at everything to make sure we're just not paying for a system that we don't use or whatnot, right? Like holding the money accountable. So.
And I will say because that's not my thing, and I do have an accountant, and I've had to go through a few to find the right one, BBD finally is the right fit. If it's not your thing and you're not going to track it all the way you're supposed to, it's worth every penny to hire someone else to do it for you. It really is, because at least then you can analyze the information.
And I think it's very valid of what Sarah said before that is, when everything's great, we're just like, oh yeah, right? Like we're slinging houses, this is great. But when money sucks, then that's when we look at our credit statement and our bank statements and then that's when we're scared. Well, we should be doing that all the time, right? Like you're just not being a good steward of your money, right? So we've got to get into that habit. So has anything come to mind? Like what's the one thing, like the first step that you guys?
I would say the first step is we just need to time block on our calendar, just to have that conversation, and it's, because then when you get together, then we're talking about this and these listings and these, and then we forget about that financial piece.
Okay,
But
so
you just
pull
know
out
you're
your
not
calendars.
agree.
Well, Mary probably doesn't have it. Pull out your calendars.
She doesn't have hers, it's on her desk
Okay.
at the office. So
All right,
yes,
so
I will
text me
follow
by the
up
end of the
and I
day
will-
and tell me when you
what
guys
our-
are meeting.
Our monthly meeting is
It's
for that.
it's just the first step, right? Good job. Okay, what else?
I don't know, I mean, I have a system and it seems to be working. I mean, I got a huge system before a listing goes on the market. And then, but it's just trying to keep up with it, as to how to, I don't wanna say,
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Yeah.
You need to hire the transaction coordinator.
it isn't the transaction part of the
Okay,
problem.
keep going then.
It's the leads and follow-up system that's my issue.
Well, but
I have a question for you though. If you didn't have to do all the transaction stuff, would you have more time and energy for the follow-up?
exactly.
I don't, it isn't.
I personally sponsor you, I want you.
No, well, that transaction stuff takes me.
Take time off.
So wait, what's the real issue, Krista?
Trying to keep track of all the different leads coming in from different directions. I can't, it's just, I don't like, that's why I don't go on social media, that's why I don't.
It's an amazing problem.
I can't keep up with it.
All of us would really feel bad for you.
I'm so sad you don't have a system. We will all be your
You know what, we're not gonna help her.
We're only gonna help you if you don't get referrals. She would help me today.
Okay, I think Jason has a word to say.
I think we're just gonna change market in a minute. That not today or
But next
next
Wednesday?
week, but the next one we'll do leads and follow-up. And we'll do, if that's where the issue is, then that's what we'll do. And that's the idea of market in a minute. And
1 second.
we'll start at the basics. What is the system? Where do they come from? How do we tag them? And we'll just build on that. And I think that, that's the intent of market in a minute. It's one of the reasons why I don't like even giving a title. Because at the end of the day, it needs to change based on the minute. And the minute right now, what I'm hearing from people in the room is, we need to talk about leads and how to manage them. And then how do I follow up with them? And that's when we talk about opportunities, right? So talk about tagging, we learn about tagging, we learn about contacts, we go into that. So we'll see that come out. And everybody's in here, I'll get you a new copy of what market will look like. But today's market minute is the leads program. So, you're welcome to join, but it doesn't sound like that's a problem for you. It's going to be for people who can't get the leads, and we'll talk about that. But
Thank you.
we'll move forward with that.
Okay. Does that help? Is that going to help?
I think so, I'll try it.
Oh, you're not gonna try it, you're gonna do it. You either want it fixed or you don't. Oh, absolutely, right? Okay, what else? What do you need help with or know you need to change, implement, or systematize?
Say that again?
What do you know that you need help with or know you need to change, implement, or systematize?
I think for us, it's more leveraging out. So when we get super busy, there's only, especially if you're an independent agent too, for us, it's the two of us. And I think it's thinking, okay, how much can we handle? And, because for me in particular, I not only help Shane with the real estate side, but I also do admin and marketing and all the other things that go along with just keeping a business running. And so how do I leverage that out effectively is what I need to implement now. That's my next.
What's this?
Leads, listings, leverage.
Where's leads? Why is it on the bottom? Foundation.
Foundation.
I'm just freaking proud because I think I asked this 3-4 months ago and nobody knew. So we're getting it, right? Like literally, we're getting it.
We listened.
15 minutes ago, you were on your phone, you weren't listening. I mean, pot calling the kettle.
Sometimes.
Most of the time, it's like your children, right? Leverage. Okay, so Mo, do you want to talk about things that you need to leverage? Maybe those are other things that other people in the room need to be leveraging, and I would say yes.
Yeah, so I think now it's transaction coordinating, because that's a chunk of my time to just have to maintain and do that after, and then the other part is, if I think of things that I don't really enjoy doing, like full disclosure, I don't really care to do newsletters, so I'm just not prioritizing it. So do I need to leverage it and just pay Kelsey to do it for me?
Yeah.
Heck to the yeah.
Okay,
So
you're gonna
I
do
need
that?
to start implementing, right?
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
So when are you gonna have her send the
So-
first one? What was the last part?
I said, watch your language back there. Heck to the yeah.
Yeah, like Pat says, prick and get bold. Like, no, I think you're safe. You're safe. Okay, so when's she gonna send your first one? When are you gonna meet with her and when can she?
I'm like yesterday.
Okay.
It's honestly like I'm bursting at this point. So it's a good problem to have, right? Because we're in that space right now and I'm blessed and we feel, that's a really good thing. But it's growing pains. So I'm kind of like, whew, I guess I can't do all of that.
Her newsletters are incredible.
And,
We're even leveraging it right now at HHG and she's doing a
I
weekly
just
for us.
think
It's
it would be
incredible.
great. That's another
She's
36
very good.
Yeah, and we haven't implemented that, and that's a goal we had for the beginning of the year, and it just has not happened for me.
Okay, so when are you gonna reach out to her and maybe next week your first one could go
Today,
out?
I'll just walk over right now.
Okay, perfect. Great job. What else? TC, newsletter, what else? Oh, and TC, are you using the gal from Maple Grove yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so I have an interview on Thursday for the TC and I have an ad going and a couple of what look to be good candidates. I haven't spoken to them yet, so we kind of bumped it up on the priority list because Jessica at Maple Grove, the TC kind of filling in for us is starting to get a little busy, and she admitted as well that she doesn't have systems to go above 50 pendings at a time and she's at 35 pendings that she's managing right now. So I'm like, well, you should talk to Nicole on HHG, she'll help you get back to them, right? So we are making it a little bit more of a priority to find ours here. And the person I'm meeting with on Thursday is a licensed agent. So, yeah. So, but we got an ad running, so if you know anybody, know of anybody, let me know. Okay, what else? TC newsletter?
Those are the things I feel like I need to leverage out right now, that I can identify to speak to right this moment.
And the beauty of those, Monique, is that neither one of them, you don't have to pay a salary to that person to do it.
That's my other
So
thing.
totally take advantage of it.
Yeah.
What did
I don't wanna
Jordan,
pay
what did
salary.
Jordan Freed say when he was here about that? It's like the 5 Ps or something.
Yeah.
Weren't you listening?
I was, I just don't fucking remember. But he said something about, it was basically about, before you go get a salary, how can you leverage it, right? He was talking about, food prep and cutting your grass or shoveling the snow or whatever, before you full-blown hire somebody to do all the little things, like an executive assistant for you guys, what can you leverage out here? Right, yeah, okay, good. Okay, anything else on leverage? Okay, what else besides those three? The things that we need to implement, structure that we need to put in place, things we need to eliminate or add, systematize. Mary, does your brain hurt? She's going like this.
I'm hoping Tricia's hearing all this.
She'll get it all done. She's taking notes in her phone, I see her. Okay. What are we not doing in our business that we should be doing?
I have a win a little bit. I met with Jason 2 weeks ago or something, and he helped me figure out the social, or the, sending out emails, to people, and I just haven't set that up yet. And so went into ChatGPT the other day and got it all written out, and so I need you to help me get it from that to actually send to people. So it just is like little steps,
It's a start.
you know, it's a
So
start.
when are you gonna meet with Jason?
Anytime after 3 today.
Like, are you talking like mass email for command?
Can you do 3 o'clock? Can you do 3?
I've got 3.
I don't think, you already showed me, I just can't remember.
I am me.
But
I work
that's-
for you.
that's what-
Let me be 100% transparent. Every meeting I have with you, I end up by saying, I work for you, not the other way around. You don't work for me. I work for you. You leave me at 3, I'm available. 3 it is.
Beautiful, I love it. What else? What are we not doing that we should be doing in our business?
I say that, and this is just a general question if you're trying to figure this out. I know that when I first started at the ALC, and they would sit in the resource room, I would ask them individually, what did they do to be successful in their business? When they started, what were the 3 things they did to build their business? I waited a couple weeks. I came back around, and I asked them, I'd written them down. Hey, I was just curious. You mentioned the last time I spoke to you, these are the 3 things you did to build your business. Which of those 3 are you still doing now? And it wasn't meant to be a gotcha, except what it turned out to be was a 100% level gotcha. In that every single person I asked would go, I'm not kind of doing that anymore. And so if you think about the things you did to truly build your business, things that truly produce results, you're wondering, what do I need to do? Are you doing those things now? Or have you paid your dues and they're just not necessary? And if that's the route you're taking, I paid my dues and I just don't need to do that anymore. You might want to re-examine that, because that is who you are. That's how you got to be who you are.
So let's finish with that. What are the things, what are the top areas or sources or places that you get your business from? And I'm just gonna write them down, so list them off.
We started, didn't have any.
What's that? Facebook. Yeah, you're very good. How many times a week do you post on Facebook about real estate candidates?
There's no rhyme or reason.
1 or 2?
Yeah, I
At least?
should do it a lot more.
Yeah.
I used to do it.
You get a piece of business almost every time you post. And it's like creative things, right? Like, did you know that you can get into a home for less than $1,000? I think that was one today, right?
This month.
This month, yeah,
I
right?
still have time.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Community involvement.
community involvement. What else?
Geographic farming.
Geo farming? Who said what?
Door knocking.
Door knocking?
Expires at those.
Who said that?
How can we find? There's over 100 of them.
Candace took an expired listing 2 weeks ago. From calling expired. She called 10 expireds and took one listing. What else?
Open house.
What else?
Socializing in your community, AKA the corner bar.
I was just gonna say, drinking water at the bar.
The corner bar, Bell Point.
We've done it a few
But
times.
socializing in your community.
Yeah, just being in a coffee shop.
Oh, yeah, coffee shop.
That's our new one. We just got a really cool coffee shop in Bell Plain. We're real excited about it.
Yeah, it is a cute little coffee shop.
And my husband's pretty sure I'm there
Well,
3
it's
times
just
a
the post
day.
that you posted. No, I would never go to that coffee shop and not see you guys if I came. Okay. Well, we're gonna meet there next time, everyone.
Jason and
The other
Jamie
thing that
Dread
we've
red
been
night.
doing- The other thing that we've been doing is if we are in a coffee shop or even at a bar or whatever, we leave, if they have a board, we put our business card on it. Yeah, believe it or not, that's how we got one of our lenders. So,
Love it.
We actually just bought a ceiling tile in one of the local community, because they're doing an advertising thing.
That's a fun thing.
that's cool.
Maybe we can
Yeah,
do
it's
that
a new
here.
thing. They're
I just
doing
wonder if
ceiling
they
tiles.
expect people to be on the
This'll be
floor and look
interesting.
up.
Right. After a
Might not
couple,
be-
after a couple cocktails, maybe, I don't know.
Ceilings aren't that high.
Okay, anything else to add to this list? And Jason's right. Yes.
I thought that what Monique said was very interesting, but I think you should reverse it.
Which is what?
You said leave your business card on the little board. Take every business card off the
Off
little
the
board.
board.
Well, usually there's not.
I've done that before.
Now, put them back, I'm not saying don't put them back, but every single name on there.
Okay, because where my mind was, take down all the other realtors, but yours.
That's
What you're saying is take one of each with you, and then that's how you build your database. That's what-
Every
yeah.
single one of them.
Hey, I saw your name on the board, mine's up there too, I'm just calling to introduce myself, you're in,
Well,
whatever.
This time of year too, there's a lot of home shows, home expos, things
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I just had one last week and we had over 300 people registered in our drawing. And so.
What'd you
those
do
are-
with those, Krista?
Yeah.
But the 3 of us have split them up and we're contacting them.
Oh, good, and those are gonna go in command when we meet with Jason.
Who's gonna put them all in for me though? That's my problem.
There are plenty of high school kids that wanna make $15 an hour, I'll find you one. That's called, let's do it, okay?
Network marketing too.
Network marketing? Or networking? Networking? Okay, and like Jason said, when's the last time that you got consistent with one of these things that got you a lot of business in the past? Go do that. So that's your homework assignment. I want you to also, I want you to do whatever it is you're gonna choose off this list, and maybe it's not on this list, but I want you to do it at least 3 times a week. Mary, you go to the bar. Okay, the last minute story, and then we'll wrap up. So can I tell? Okay, so one of the very first recruiting appointments that I had with Mary and Trisha, they're in our Bell Plain location. They came into the office and I was like, okay, do you guys want any coffee or water? And before we get started, and Mary's like, water? No, I don't drink water. And I was like, okay. She's like, the only water I drink is in the ice cubes in my cocktail at the bar. I was like, well, we'll probably get along okay, Mary. Okay, so the homework is do at least 3 days a week of the piece of business of your choice that has gotten you business in the past. And then I'll email this out, but I also want you to be thinking more about the systems. Figure out one system that you haven't done that you know you need to implement, whether it's the leverage piece that Monique said, and make progress on it between now and next month, and then come back and share that. Okay? Okay, thank you for coming. At 1:30, we do have a meeting in here for rainmakers. So if you're not a rainmaker, I would ask you to depart.
Can I have 5 minutes?